First off, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to Great Millstone and the elders and apostles. And salutation to all those sincere brothers out there pushing the truth and those sincere sisters who are listening and learning. This lesson is entitled, as you can see, Lifting Up Esau's Skirt, Look What I Found. And I added that look what I found part because I was walking in a park and I happened to see a billboard with some history on it. And it clearly shows how Esau, Edom, so-called Caucasians, the so-called white man, always destroying the earth. How they are not only destroying the people, not only destroying the animals through their stupid experiments or whatever, not only murdering people, not only dropping bombs on people, not only poisoning the drinking water, but they are just destroying the earth, man. And this billboard is a great example of showing you that Esau Edom is that border of wickedness, according to Malachi 1 and 4. That he is the border of wickedness, and according to Job, that the world is given into the hands of the wicked. And I have a few scriptures before I go over the billboard. I'm going to show a video and pull some more history that I was able to pull up through the grace of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. Revelation chapter 11 verse 18 states, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, in the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints and them that fear thy name. And one of the jobs of the children of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai and the saints is to, lift up the skirts of Mystery Babylon the Great, aka America, the skirt of the so-called kingdom of the so-called white man, these Edomites. Okay, the world is given into the hands of the wicked. If not, who and where are they? Okay, and they are the Edomites, so-called Caucasians, so-called white man. They are the true biblical descendants of Esau, Edom, the Edomites from the Bible. And this lesson is intended to lift up their skirts. It says, and should destroy them which destroy the earth. And this lesson is to lift up their skirt and to show that they destroy the earth. Okay. But even through my research, it all came back down to them murdering people just so that they could destroy the earth. Okay. From my research. All right. This is John chapter 10, verse 10. It states, the thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. That's what Edomites do. That's their true history, and they're still doing it today. They're always in war. They're always dropping bombs, killing innocent people. They're always creating sanctions, and they're always murdering and stealing. You name it, they do it. That's in their blood. That's in their history. And that's why, according to these words in these scriptures, Esau, Edom has not found a place of repentance. And that they all will be blotted out of this earth once they're done in captivity, okay? But not to get off the point. Let's lift up this skirt and find out what I just found out about Esau Edom. I knew a little bit of history about how Esau Edom killed the Native Americans and such on, who are Israelites, our brethren. But I just found more information just to see more information on how he did it, why he did it. And at the end of the day, it's because he's a devil, okay? Now here is the billboard I came across with the history. And then I took some pictures so I can show you word for word how these words condemn Esau. How through us, man of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai willing, we are lifting up Esau Edom's skirt. Okay, he can no longer hide. He is being revealed as the wicked, and his own words are coming up to bite him. Okay, he put this up as a memorial. Okay. This damn devil has this up for a memorial to show you the history, okay? That, this lake of Apopka, we did this, we did this, we did that. But how the hell did you get this land? How the hell did this lake get in this condition, all right? All right? Let's get into it, okay? All right, so here's the first here's the image on the billboard, okay? This whole entire area, okay? This lake used to be the second largest lake in Florida, okay? The second largest. Due to that devil, Esau, Edom, so-called Caucasian, so-called white race, being what they are and doing what they do, they turned the second largest lake into the fourth largest lake, okay? The scripture says, destroy them that should destroy the earth, okay? And we know these Edomites, all they do is drop nuclear bombs on Japan, nuclear airstrikes in Iraq, put us and our ancestors in slavery, rape, murder. This is what they do. And they also destroy the earth. Pesticides in the food and the water, fluoride. This is what Edomites do, okay? And it's time to lift up their skirts once again, all right? So I'm going to show you how they got this land. I'm going to show you what they did to this land, all right? And that's just alone going to show you how filthy and wicked these Edomites are. At the end of the day, they can say, well, it was my ancestors. I had nothing to do with it. You are your ancestors if you can receive that, okay? There's no new thing under the sun. Okay, according to scripture, there is, we come back every third and fourth generation, all right? Not to get off topic, but let's continue. Let's see how this devil destroyed this land, man. All right, I'm gonna read right here, okay? It says, bass fishing on Lake Apopka drew visitors from around the world. So this lake was so popular, it used to draw people around the world, okay? And I used to hear stories about it, you know, from older folks. But as you're gonna find out, this place is dead, man. It says the hotels in town Winter Garden benefited from the ecotourism. Today, the same visits would translate into millions of dollars for the local economy. So if this lake wasn't destroyed, okay, it would be bringing millions of dollars worth of money, basically, for so-called tourism, okay? And that's just a side note that how much these Edomites really did steal from the so-called Native Americans who are Israelites, okay? The so-called Native Americans, so-called Mexicans, and South Americans and such on, who are the Israelites. You know, these Europeans came over here and stole every damn thing, okay? Showing you the wealth that they even gained was due to rape, thievery, and murder at the end of the day, okay? Let's continue reading more. All right, so this billboard gives a list of history of what happened, all right? So I'm going to show you what happened from the 1920s to the 1960s, okay? I'm going to show you exactly how it happened, because he is the destroyer of the earth. And the scripture says, destroy them that destroy the earth, okay? So this is in 1920s, okay? Now, I'm going to pull some more history, but this is after they went and raped and robbed and murdered and pillaged our brethren who are Israelites, the Native Americans. And at that time, they were the Seminole Indians and also another tribe, but I'm going to get into that after I read this. This is from 1920s, okay? It says, I recall the clear water and great fishing. You could see the bottom right off the Winter Garden dock. We could catch bass, specks, beam, shell crackers, and snakes. So at one point in time, this place, this lake and the whole surrounding used to be, quote unquote, a paradise, okay? Everything was beautiful. Everything was natural. Everything was in order the way Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua intended it. But let's keep continuing, okay? 1930s. I remember the water to be clear. We drank it up by the dead man's curve. I remember some murky waters. I remember some, but there was a sandy bottom. We could catch bass, specks, and beams, okay? So let's keep going in 1940s. We did a lot of fishing, boating, and swimming. I recall the clear water. You could see the lake bottom. Very little cattails, okay? So as you can see, the fish is starting to disappear as well, all right? The water is starting to get murky. The fish are starting to disappear. 1950s. I remember mostly fishing, boats, and the water becoming murky as algae was coming into the lake. I could see the sandy bottom in some areas, but only 1 to 2 feet. Now recall, in the 1920s, he said he could see the bottom. Okay, he said you could see the bottom right off the Winter Garden dock. You can look down from the dock and you can see the bottom of this lake. Okay, but we know Esau Edom is that destroyer. All right, and now we had a bunch of fish. Now they only mentioning one fish, like cattle tails. Okay, let me see it. All right, 1950s. It says, I remember mostly fish, boats, and the water becoming murky as algae was coming into the lake. I could see the sandy bottom in some areas, but only 1 to 2 feet. But the bass fishing was still great. All right. So now let's look at what happened in the 60s. It says, it saddens me when I realized we had changed the lake and there was no turning back. The camps were closing and there weren't as many fish. People quit coming. Okay. And I'm going to show you why people quit coming, because Esau Edom, he's a pillager. He takes and takes and takes, and he doesn't let anything become replenished, because he is a devil. He only come but to steal, kill, and destroy. All right. So now I'm going to read to you exactly what happened. Okay. And this is from the billboard. Okay. It says, Lake Apopka has come full circle. A once plentiful and productive lake, the head of waters of the Oklawaha, and that's an Indian name, River Basin, was a renowned fishing paradise where anglers from all over the world came, hoping to land a trophy bass. So this used to be the spot, okay? This used to be the spot, all right? In Central Florida, Lake Apopka was like the number one spot, okay? As we read before, it said it used to bring in so many people from tourism. It says the lake was home to over 25 fish camps, and the Edgewater Hotel on Plant Street in Winter Garden was built to accommodate the hundreds of visitors, all right? It says over the past century, surrounding municipalities and agricultural interests, ignorant that their practices would cause such damage, caused the lake to become loaded with nutrients. And they're using that word lightly because it is basically polluted the waters with pesticides and chemicals. Okay, it says these nutrients cause the dense growth of algae, blocking the sunlight and choking the productive submerged plants, leading to decline in fish population from the lake. Clean up measures with good intentions failed. So they destroyed this damn lake over the years because he's a pillager. He robs, rape, and kills. Once he's finished with this lake, he's gonna go to another one and rob, rape, and kill. That's what he does. He doesn't have the mindset of truly cultivating and preserving something. Okay, he can't even preserve his own damn population because they're dwindling. These Edomites are dying because their women are aborting their own damn babies. They're not even having enough babies. Okay, it says over time, Lake Apopka was lost to productive use. So this lake became barren. Okay, barren. It says in 1991, after the granting of a consent order allowing agricultural interests to continue pumping phosphorus laden water into the lake. So that's pumping in all this phosphorus stuff. All these plants and whatever was just pumping in all this garbage, okay? It says the Friends of Lake Apopka organized an appeal to the members of Zellwood and Duda farms to alter their farming practices and seek ways to restore the lake to its original condition. So these Edomites got in their brains, they wanted to restore, but just like you see, like the TV shows when the person, when they touch something, all it does is die. Well, that's what these Edomites are, okay? They try to restore it, but they the pillagers of death, okay? It says after years of work to find a visible solution, FOLA endorsed and sought passage. Let me slug it. It says after years of work to find a visible solution, FOLA endorsed and sought passage of the 1996 Lake Apopka Restoration Act. Okay, so they created an act to try to restore this land. Okay, but at the end of the day, they failed. Okay, all these Edomites, you see, all their descendants were the same ones raping, murdering, and robbing to get this land. And now I'm about to show you that history. Okay, it says in 1996, Florida governor, all these Edomites, right? Lawton Childs signed into law the Lake Apopka Restoration Act during a visit to Winter Garden in the city. But at the end of the day, that act never succeeded. Okay, they stopped it because they realized it was so polluted. Okay, that they just gave up, man. They gave up. Okay, And so now, if you go to this lake, you're not going to see anybody fishing, all right? Because the water was so polluted, the only fish that remained was undesirable fish, okay? Like the bass were gone, all the other fish was gone. And, I could walk by that lake a million times and I see no one fishing in it because it's polluted. It's straight polluted, okay? It says over 20 fish caught in 1 hour. Read the caption on this 1920s era. So that just goes to show you how fruitful this lake was, okay? But in order to get this fruitful land, what did Esau Edom do? He robbed, he murdered, and he destroyed. Okay, so he destroyed his land. So let's focus on the fact that he killed and robbed. Okay, let's focus on that fact. All right. Now, I pulled up this history, and it goes hand in hand with this lake. Okay, this is greenmountainway.org. Okay, it says I'm gonna start. It says Green Mountain Byway tells the story of Florida itself, the story of change in the space of less than 100 years, and landscape of the corridor has changed completely, not once but many times. Throughout history, people from the Native Americans to citrus and railroad pioneers to modern sports champions have been drawn to this region and for the unique lake and topography. All right, so let's look at this history, okay, of this lake, all right, and how Esau Edom acquired it. Let's lift up his skirt to show you he's nothing but a devil, okay? And around this lake currently right now, you have a bunch of $500,000 homes and such on, okay? The lake polluted, it's no good, you know what I'm saying? You don't really see anybody going on a lake, but just to show you that they stole the land, okay? It says here, before the discovery and colonization of Florida by the Spanish, and they call it colonization. They should call it rape, murder, and robbery, okay? But that's how these Edomites are, okay? But hey, let these words still condemn them, okay? We're lifting up their skirt right now, all right? It says they didn't discover the damn place. Okay, let's continue. Before the discovery and colonization of Florida by the Spanish, okay, Edomites who came over there from Spain, okay? All right, the so-called Spanish over here, the so-called native Spanish people, they are not Spaniards, okay? They are biblical Israelites, okay? They are for the Northern Kingdom, all right? It says change occurred very slowly, not much faster than the pace of climate change. It says, at the time of the first arrival of Europeans, the area along the shoreline of Lake Apopka was populated by Native Americans, known as the Timucua. All right. So guess what? How did Esau get them land? Did he buy it? Did he barter for it? He probably not probably the thief come not but to steal, kill, and destroy. And this is exactly what we're about to read. Okay. It says the Timucua grew corn, squash, gourds, gathered the starchy wild kunti root, hunted the abundant game of the area, and fished the teeming waters of Lake Apopka. This thing used to be a paradise, man. Right now, if someone's planting vegetables using that water, they're a damn fool, man. It's polluted. It's contaminated. Okay, nobody likes to go fishing over there. Nobody even, man. All I can say is it's dead. It's dead over there. Okay, you still have some wildlife that's over there, of course, but the waters you can't go fishing there. Okay, you can go fishing, but you're gonna catch some fish you shouldn't be eating, of course. Okay, it says the Timucua grew corn, squash, and gourds, gathered the starchy wild kunti root, hunted the abundant game of the area, and fish and teeming water of Lake Apopka. The lake was much larger than, second in size only to Lake Okeechobee, another Indian name, okay, because this place used to be first inhabited by the Northern Kingdom Israelites, okay, the so-called Native Americans, okay. It says of on the peninsula of on the Florida peninsula. I can't even get the word out. Slacking. It says many of the lowland hardwood hammock now ringing the lake were then marshlands. The Temuka were decimated by, here's another lie, but they didn't explain it properly, epidemics of infectious diseases brought from Europeans by explorers and colonists. No, we know the true history is that these Europeans and colonists, they would give their blankets, their coats with chicken pox on it. So they would rub their chicken pox on their coats and on their blankets and then give it to the Native Americans as gifts to infect them so that they would be destroyed off the land, so that they could steal the land, okay? That's what they were doing, all right? It says by the early 18th century, the Temuka had disappeared from the shore of Lake Apopka. A damn lie. Ain't nobody disappearing, okay? Okay? Because the only way you're leaving a land so fruitful is if everybody died. And we know well, I'm not gonna speak on that, but we know Esau Edom whole goal and point intended was to steal that damn land. And the next paragraph is gonna explain exactly what I just said. It says Native Americans of the Cheat Confederacy of Georgia and Alabama began to move into Florida in the middle of the 18th century. The Creeks, okay, these Native Americans named Creeks, okay, Creeks adapted their culture to the climate and conditions of Florida. Eventually became known as the Seminoles. So after that tribe I just mentioned earlier of the Timucuas, the Seminole Native American Indians was inhabiting this land around Lake Apopka. They was reaping the benefits, right? But let's see what happened. There was it says 3 wars began. 3 wars between the Seminoles and the United States government resulted in the eventual expulsion of most of the Seminole people to America West. Okay, and Seminole County is by car only about 20 minutes from me. So it's easy. It would be easy thing to say that there were Native American Seminoles right around the corner who was going back and forth from Lake Apopka and such on. Okay, hunting wild game. Maybe there's another tribe on the other side of the lake and such on, okay? But at the end of the day, these so-called Edomites, these Europeans, came over here to steal, kill, and destroy, okay? That's what they do. Steal, kill, and destroy, all right? And it states from the very beginning how they were started to destroy this lake too, all right? Check this out. It says, now look at these Edomites, okay? Get a good picture because y'all Edomites are y'all forefathers, okay? You know, every 3rd and 4th generation, y'all come back, all right? It says, by the 1850s, small settlements began to appear along shores of the lake. The first European American settlers found a huge lake. There we go again with the lie. They found a huge lake. No, y'all didn't find no damn huge lake, okay? Before you would have got to the lake, you would have had to encounter the Native Americans who was living off the damn land, okay? Who are Israelites, okay? It says, found a huge lake, stole a damn huge lake, teeming with fish and wildlife. The sand hills were dark green with old growth, pines some 4 feet in diameter and over 100 feet tall. So once again, ask me how many 100 feet pine trees have I seen around this lake? None. You know what the Edomites did with it? They chopped it up and used it for something and didn't plant anything back. They are not the restorers or anything. They are death. They are the pillagers. They are destroyers and thieves and stealers. Okay. It says the rate of settlement increased after the Civil War. Okay, the Civil War for these damn Edomites fighting for that to keep us in slavery. Okay. Once again, lifting up their skirt. Okay, transportation around Lake Apopka was convenient by boat, but the lake itself was landlocked, and transporting goods and produce out of the area was expensive and slow. In 1879, work began on the Apopka Beckler Canal. All right. It says the canal was meant to connect Lake Apopka to Ocklawaha chains of lakes. Okay. Now I'm going to skip down and show you exactly what happened when it was trying to build that lake. It says, check this out. The immediate consequences of the completion of Apopka Beauclair Canal was a drop in the lake level, draining much of the bordering marshland. This was probably the first major change in the landscape since the end of the last ice age. Okay, now that's Esau Edom's little ice age theory or whatever. Okay, but that just goes to show you how much. As soon as these damn devils arrived, they started destroying the lake. Okay, they destroyed the people, then they started destroying the land. Now you still have those Edomite descendants over there around that lake. You know what I'm saying? But they destroyed the people and they destroyed the lake. Okay, they some devils, man. All right, and they're still there, happy and got their $500,000 homes around the lake. Okay, it says land that was formerly marsh was made available to small scale muck farms with a minimum amount of ditching needed. Much of the remaining marshlands along the west shore slowly grew up into lowland hammock. So they destroyed. From the very beginning they got there, man. They destroyed the Native Americans. They destroyed the Seminole Indians, who are our brethren, who are Israelites. Then they proceeded to destroy the whole damn lake, man. It went from the second largest lake in Florida to the fourth largest, okay? And it's polluted. Period, okay? So I just wanted to pull these scriptures, and I'm going to pull one more precept, and then I'll play a video. All right? This is Nahum chapter 3, verse 1. It says, "Woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not." And the prey was us so-called Negro Americans who was brought over here, but also our brethren who were Israelites, who were the so-called Native Americans over here, okay? They are the prey as well. And we just went over how they was the prey. It says, "The noise of a whip and the noise of the rattling of the wheel, and the prancing horses and the jumping chariots." And that's going into how these Edomites came over here, talking about they discovered in this damn article how they came over here with the whip, okay, with the swords, and they kicked and murdered and raped and stole this land from our brethren, okay? It says the horsemen lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear. They shared no mercy on our people, man. They said this. They sent the Seminole tribes to the west, man. Those for those who got caught or whatever. They was either murdered, or they was, hey, you got to go west, so you're dead, man. It says the horseman lifteth up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a multitude of slain and a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpses. They stumble upon their corpses. And that's how they got this land, man. These Edomites had to literally kill hundreds of millions of us Israelites, so-called Native Americans. Hundreds. I'm talking about hundreds, man. They had to kill hundreds. This land was populated from the tip of Florida all the way up to the north, man. From South America, man, there's so much bloodshed, so many dead bodies they had to go through in order to steal this whole entire land. It says because of the multitude of the whoredom of the well-favored harlot, aka America, Mystery Babylon, that favorite harlot, the mistress of witchcraft, and selleth nations through her whoredom, aka America, great selleth nations. She sold us, so-called Negro Americans, Latin Americans, Native Americans, to the four corners of the earth through her witchcraft, her so-called democracy. She preached peace, but all she does is destroy. Okay, it says that selleth nations through her whoredom, and families through her witchcraft, and all she does is promote whoredom. Oh, gay, LGBTQRS, have your children cut off their wads. This is America, aka Mystery Babylon. This whore. It says, "Behold, I am against thee, saith Yahweh of hosts, and I will discover thy skirt upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, in the kingdom thy shame." And Yahweh Bashim Al willing, this video is lifting up her skirt, showing her shame, okay? Showing that all she does is steal, destroy, and lie, man, and murder, okay? And so, that's what she does. That's what these Edomites does. This is what their whole nation is built off of. All right. I hope this lesson, once again, just lift up her skirt just to show that, all these things that she put up as a memorial, she has this little banner up as a memorial, for her history, but it's actually her shame. Okay. First she was pride, but now through us and Yahweh Shem Yashah, we bring it all her shame out in the open, okay? And that's what she is, and that's what these Edomites are, okay? Mystery Babylon the Great and these Edomites. So I'm just gonna play this little video, all right? You know, this lake used to be, you know, the hottest place in Florida, according to the history, okay? But now, you know, it's just a dead lake, man, a barren lake, okay? A barren lake.
On the edge on the